What if I told you that every time a woman challenges you, gives you the silent treatment, or pushes your buttons, she's not trying to destroy you. She's trying to uncover who you really are. According to Carl Jung, one of the most profound minds in psychology, women have an unconscious instinct to test a man's core, not to belittle him, but to expose his true worth. These tests aren't random. They're ancient, hardwired, and if you fail them repeatedly, you don't just lose her interest, you lose something deeper, your masculinity, your edge, your inner king. In this video, we'll break down how women test a man, consciously or not, and how Jung's theory reveals a dark truth about what women are really searching for in a man. So stay with me, because once you understand this, you'll never see relationships the same way again. The anima and the unseen battle. Carl Jung introduced the concept of the anima, the feminine image inside every man's unconscious. According to Jung, a man's inner growth is incomplete until he confronts and integrates his anima. Now here's the twist. Women, especially in romantic dynamics, often act as external projections of that anima, which means they're not just testing your patience or ego, they're mirroring your own inner chaos back at you. When she's moody, unpredictable, or emotionally intense, Jung would argue that she's stirring your unconscious. She's not looking for you to fix her. She's watching how you hold yourself when the storm hits. The masculine frame isn't built, it's forged. Think about it. When a woman throws emotional jabs, delays responses, or creates tension, she's not asking, "Can you fix me?" She's silently asking, "Can you handle me?" And more importantly, can you handle yourself while handling me? According to Jung's framework, the masculine must maintain order in the face of feminine chaos. The moment you crumble, react, or chase her approval, you failed the test. Not because she's cruel, but because instinctively she cannot trust a man who doesn't trust himself. A weak man is more dangerous than a storm. She needs to see if you're grounded, not just confident when things are good, but composed when everything gets messy. Her tests are gateways, not traps. Here's the brutal truth. When a woman tests you, she's giving you a chance to rise, not to dominate her, but to lead with strength. It's an invitation to prove, not to her, but to yourself, that you're capable of emotional mastery. Jung believed that every interaction between man and woman contains a spiritual subtext. She's looking for a man who has wrestled with his demons, one who doesn't flinch in the face of rejection. Because if you can't hold your own during a small argument, how can she trust you when life throws real problems at you? In a way, her tests are love in disguise, because they force you to level up or step aside. The power of non-reactivity. One of the greatest masculine traits, according to both Stoicism and Jungian thought, is non-reactivity. A man who is reactive is a man owned by his emotions, but a man who pauses, breathes, and speaks with intention, he commands presence. When a woman tests you and you remain calm, centered, and playful, you flip the entire script. She feels safe, not because you overpowered her, but because you didn't lose yourself in the chaos. Women don't fall in love with words or looks alone. They fall in love with how they feel around you. And if your presence makes her feel both safe and alive, you've passed the ultimate test. Never seek approval, project purpose. Let this sink in. The moment you begin chasing her validation, she unconsciously starts doubting yours. Jung taught that a man must be rooted in something greater than just romantic love. Purpose, mission, self-integration. When a woman feels you have a direction that's bigger than her, paradoxically, she becomes more drawn to you. Why? Because now she doesn't have to carry the weight of leading emotionally. She can relax into her femininity because you've claimed your masculinity. Stop asking, does she like me? And start asking, am I being the man I respect? That shift alone will change your energy, and she will feel it. Integrate your shadow, become unbreakable. Jung warned that what you repress will control you. If you suppress your anger, fear, or neediness, they will leak out during her tests. But if you face your shadow, the part of you that hides behind nice guy masks, you become solid. Women don't want perfection. They want wholeness. A man who's met his darkness and isn't afraid of it. A man who can hold her fire without being burned. That's what creates deep attraction. Not superficial charm or fake dominance, but depth. And depth only comes from doing the hard work. Facing yourself. Growing through resistance. Becoming the kind of man who doesn't need to prove anything because he already knows who he is. The dangerous truth most men never hear. The truth is, most men run from these tests. They see emotional tension and flee. They chase women who never test them, who stroke their ego instead of challenging their soul. And in doing so, they stay small. But if you're watching this and you feel that pull, that deep call to evolve, then embrace it. Let her tests refine you. Let rejection shape you. Let pain awaken you. Because the woman worth having will never settle for a man who hasn't met himself. Carl Jung didn't just give us theories. He gave us a map to inner power. And now it's on you to walk the path. Be the man who can be still in chaos, who leads with depth, who holds his ground without needing to shout. That's the man she's really looking for. That's the man you were born to become. If this message hit home, drop a fire emoji in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you want more stoic and the psychological wisdom every week. This is more than a channel. It's a movement, and we're just getting started.